Hi everyone, I'm Dougal from Smartbox and I'm very excited to be introducing you to our brand new GridPad 15 communication aid. So, as the name suggests, this is a 15-inch device, so a 15-inch screen with anti-glare and reinforced extra strong screen. I'm going to flip it around and show you. It's also a very slim and sleek device. It's got a flip-out stand and a handle. It's got a second screen, which is a brilliant new feature that will display whatever you've got in your sentence bar in Grid. Built-in amplification, a mounting plate for use with readapt or daisy mounting systems. It's got this window here is where the infrared environment control is transmitted, so you can use this device to operate things like televisions or lights or other equipment around the home. It also has built-in radio-based environment control. Inside the device we've got a really powerful processor, so it's an i5 with 8 gig of RAM, which means it's going to run Grid really well. We've also used a very large battery in this device, so it's a 148 watt-hour battery, which is the biggest battery of any AAC device available on the market. And that gives you up to 14 hours of continuous use, or 9 hours if you're using eye gaze. So on that point, you can see here we've got our eye gaze accessory. So this is the same one we use on the GridPad 12, and it's available with different eye gaze technology inside it. And that just slots into the bottom like this, and it turns it into an integrated eye gaze device. It also has built-in switch ports, so you can use switch input or USB ports if you want to use other USB access devices. So very much designed for all access. One last thing I'm going to tell you about is it also comes with a remote power button, so this enables the user to independently turn the device on, or indeed if you hold the button down you can shut the device off as well. If you need to, you can plug a switch into this device, into the remote power button to turn your device on and off. So that's it, a brief overview of the GridPad 15, and that is available now.
The GridPad 15 is a communication aid that's designed to meet a huge variety of access needs. First, there are two built-in 3.5mm switch ports. While these are simple connections, we have ensured that they are tough and resilient to impacts, knocks and bumps. Switches can be configured within Grid 3. You can set up block scanning, row column quadrants and much more, with 1 or 2 switches. Additional switches or other access methods such as pointers, joysticks and more can be connected to the USB ports. It has one USB 3 port and one USB 2. You can also use these to connect USB sticks, hard drives, keyboards and more. You can also connect a second screen with a HDMI output. On the side here you can also find the dual headphone and microphone port, which you can use for auditory feedback or using voice control with Grid 3. If you are ever lost when looking at the back of your GridPad, we've included a sheet of port labels that you can attach as a reminder of what plugs where. The 15-inch touchscreen is made of tough Gorilla Glass with an anti-glare finish. It also has the same antimicrobial coating to help prevent infections and the growth of bacteria. You can use a custom keyguard over the touchscreen for more accurate selections, and using Grid 3 configure how the screen will respond. The keyguards use a unique grip to cleanly attach to the screen. Finally, we have the eye gaze camera module. We offer a range of eye gaze cameras that simply connect to the sockets at the bottom of the GridPad and plug in via the USB 3 port. This modular approach means you can always try different cameras for assessment. While we offer several different cameras in our eye gaze module, if you have an existing camera or need another alternative, we also have a range of mounting plates available.
Hello, I'm Adam from Smartbox and I'm here to tell you about our new second screen on the GridPad 15. The purpose of the rear-facing second screen is to help you to communicate in all environments. It might be that you want to say something in a really noisy environment and it's going to help you be heard. Or it might be, alternatively, you want to say something quietly to a friend in a hushed environment, like a classroom or a library. So how does it work? So you can see that there's a rear-facing bright LED screen on the back of the device, and as I type, text will appear. So I'm going to just write a quick message, and as I'm typing, you'll see some animated dots appearing to tell you that I'm in the middle of creating my message.
There. Mate.
And you can see that
Hello there, mate.
as I say the whole message, it displays on the rear-facing screen. Now it may be that you want to only display your message once you've got the whole sentence ready. There's an option for that. So if I turn on speak as you type, if I make a new message now, nothing is appearing on my screen yet, but you're getting the animated dots to tell you I'm creating something. And when I'm ready to go, I can choose to have that message displayed.
How about a sneaky drink tonight?
Now, of course, you may not want to tell anybody that you're planning a sneaky drink with your mate tonight. So at the same time, you might choose to mute your device and then say the message. And the message will appear on the device without everybody else hearing your secret plans. So that's the second screen. Control over whether you have the device speak immediately or as you type, or whether you want to turn the second screen off altogether, on and off, you can choose. To find out more about the GridPad 15 second screen, please visit thinksmartbox.com, our website, where there's plenty more information about how the second screen works.
Every GridPad 15 comes with a remote power button. This is an accessible, easy to use addition to give you more control over your communication aid. Press the power button once to turn your GridPad on or wake it from standby. If you do run into a problem and your device is not responding, you can press and hold the button for 3 seconds. This will force your GridPad to restart, so do be careful when you do this. The remote power button also has a 3.5mm switch port, allowing you to connect any compatible switch for even greater accessibility. You can find the remote power button packed in with your GridPad 15 in the accessories box. For more information, check the manual or our website, thinksmartbox.com.
In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the battery life of the GridPad 15, as well as talk about how we test our devices to make sure that we meet your expectations. To do this, I've set up a time-lapse camera and 3 GridPad 15 devices in my garage, each running one of our tests from our lab. The device on the right is running our battery test. The GridPad on the left is running the same test but has an eye gaze camera connected. And the device in the centre is running an HD video on loop, which is a more intensive task. All the devices start fully charged. The automated battery test here will use Grid 3 for 35 minutes, and then it will rest for 25 minutes. This then repeats every hour until the battery is completely flat and the device shuts down. We repeat this test at least 3 times to get a clear average. We also run the same test on other devices and consumer products to ensure that the test matches their quoted battery life. We quote the GridPad 15's battery as lasting around 14 hours and 9 hours if you're using an eye gaze camera. The test we use demonstrates what is considered the average use of a communication device. But of course, we understand that everyone uses our devices in different ways, so it's worth keeping in mind the things that can affect the battery life of your device. The screen brightness, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity, the number of apps you have open, connected access methods and external drives, watching video, playing games, and listening to music can all have an effect. Resting the screen, using sleep mode, or even powering off when not in use can greatly increase how long your battery will last. As you can see in the video, we're nearing over 16 hours, which is fantastic. But when we finally report our battery life, as I mentioned, we will have repeated this test at least 3 times, and we also keep in mind more intensive usage to make sure that we're giving a conservative figure that you can rely on. We're confident that the GridPad 15 will meet the daily needs of our diverse grid community. from learning communication skills at school and at home, to daily conversation and controlling apps and devices around the house. For more information on how we make sure our devices are ready to talk any time of day, visit our website where you can find out more about the GridPad 15 and tips about making the most of your battery.
The GridPad 15 has been designed to meet the demands of everyday life, including helping keep the environment clean and safe. The GridPad 15 has an antimicrobial coating that covers the whole device, including the screen. The coating slows the spread of bacteria and viruses by preventing the microbes from replicating on the surface. In combination with a good cleaning routine, the GridPad 15 is safe to use in many situations and reduces the risk of passing on infections to users and carers alike. Every GridPad 15 comes with a care guide to help you look after the device, from cleaning the hardware to basic maintenance and upkeep of the operating system and software, all presented in a clear and easy to understand way.
We have built the GridPad 15 to meet the requirements of the medical device regulations laid out by the EU. It is classified as a Class 1 medical device. This requires us to test the GridPad rigorously to ensure it is tough and durable. How do we do this? Ensuring the GridPad 15 meets the regulations starts at the design phase, placing function and reliability at the core of the device. Alongside this, we look at the use cases and requirements of our diverse audience and place them at the centre of our decision making. A great example of this is simply the switch ports found in the back of the device. Each switch port is tested over 5,000 times to ensure they are reliable and will last the lifespan of the device. Throughout the development process, we also commission a number of reliability tests. These include water and dust ingress tests, vibration testing, drop testing from 1 metre in every face, button pressing and ports, environment chamber testing where we heat and cool the device to simulate exposure to warm and cold environments, and extended battery testing. In passing these tests, we can demonstrate the GridPad 15's compliance with legislation and give us the confidence knowing our devices will meet your needs. But this is just one part of the work we do around the new device. We use internationally recognised standards for our quality and risk management. We also have traceability down to the component level from our entire supply chain. Finally, our support for your GridPad starts when the device arrives with you. In the UK and Ireland, we offer each GridPad 15 with a 3-year SmartCare warranty. This covers free repairs of faults, access to a swap-out device if you need a repair, and even covering 1 case of accidental damage a year. Outside of the UK, the device is covered by our standard 2-year warranty. There is our support team. We can be reached on phone or online chat every weekday to help you with your GridPad or Grid software. We have an extensive knowledge base on our website that covers many technical issues and requests from our users. And don't forget to visit the Learning Resources section where you can find beginner's guides, articles and more about using Grid in your device.